The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 232. NASDAQ is up 164. S&P's up 36. Gold contract down $5, trading $19.40 an ounce. You get silver down 55 cents. $25.51 an ounce. Light sweet crude up 76 cents, $42.37 a barrel, notes and bonds. We have the 10-year right now down 2 ticks, trading 139.06. The 30-year off 15 at 178.21, and King Dollar. King Dollar down $1.21, 121 ticks, 93.509. The euro is at 117. The yen is out here at 106.85, and the British pound is at 130 to 1 U.S. dollar. Tom O'Brien, what's going on?
Good morning. There's a lot going on, a lot of green on that board. How about Tesla, man? You do a 5-for-1 stock split, and the market says, guess what? You're worth 7% more today than you were yesterday just for doing that.
There's no doubt, folks. You know, Tesla's trading $14.71. Bottom line is that they're going to clip that in half, you know, get something down the 290 level. And
sure.
Guess what? Off to the races once again, man.
You add billions in market cap on that one decision. Not bad.
No doubt. Let's get over to our man, Mr. Kevin Hinks at TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim, as we do every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And don't forget, folks, every trading day right here, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. You want to understand the option market, option strategies, futures. Great program. Please tell all your friends about it. There's plenty of people that are trading options out here, folks. And unfortunately, like options because they're very inexpensive, but guess what? You really want to know what you're doing with options, so turn your friends onto this program. It's free education every trading day. If you haven't test-driven yet the platform, the TD Ameritrade platform, real easy to do. You're sitting on the site, hit the banner, bring it up. They'll allow you to trade paper money each and every trading day. Kevin Hinks, what's going on?
Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Tommy. Yeah, another big day. Obviously, that Tesla news after the bell yesterday kind of changed the momentum from the downside. So yesterday's sell-off was a little abrupt. I think a little continuation in the gold market. Pretty interesting move on the 730 CPI data.
Yes.
So I think we're digesting a little bit of data today, and this market is a little hesitant. For being up as much as it is, it still feels like it's a little hesitant today.
Yeah, well, you know what's so intriguing? There's no doubt, folks, when you're looking at, the S&Ps are up 35. That's nice. The net and NQs are up 181. But guess what? We came down pretty hard yesterday, so that was intriguing.
Right.
Hey, I was listening to the show yesterday, man, and I love this because we had been talking about Apple yesterday, Kevin, right? And we got to get into Lululemon. You know, you're talking about so they bought Mera, huh? So Mera is a what? A physical site?
It is a way basically that you put a device in your home where you work out at home.
I see. Okay.
And you work. It's like a yoga or a aerobics studio where it's kind of like a Peloton.
Okay.
But it's for home workouts, and so Lululemon continues to innovate and continues to create this Apple-like community, where they surround you in everything you do with home health. So,
you can see that too, man. You can, because when we go back and look at it, first you're just doing yoga pants and all that, but the bottom line is that they have a quality product, and it is a cult-like deal, man. I mean, there's no doubt. There's no doubt, man. Pretty amazing. Yeah.
It started out with women, and now it's fully into men's fashion. And if you read between the lines, they're hinting to shoes coming in the future.
Oh, that's big money. Yeah.
Right. There's a lot. This company continues to grow.
Yeah. When you look at this, I was looking at it when you guys were on yesterday. I was looking at it, and look at the growth here, folks. It's crazy. You're talking about they took in $2 billion 5 years ago. $4 billion this year. It's like, oh my God. I mean,
Yes.
And they're still growing at the United States 18%, the world 40%, Canada 13%. So
Exactly right. Asia and Europe is where Lululemon is really exploding. The growth there is actually higher than the U.S.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things going on. And Tom, 130 million float. So you see $341. This is a tiny wafer of a company in terms of size.
Yes. Hey, yesterday, I mean, we talk about the VIX quite a bit, and that was quite a move, man. Top side and downtown, right? Let's go from 20 to 24.93, and we're back at 22.38, man.
Yeah, they let them go pretty good yesterday in the late afternoon.
Well, when at the intro there, Kevin, right? When I was on vacation, I met a lot of people that are new to the market. They love options. They're trading options. And, as I said, the bottom line, folks, if you haven't listened to the program, please listen to it because you can learn so much so quick. And this morning in the Journal, they had this article that this is the first time it had since 2000 that evidently in the last week, more people were buying calls like it was overboard. So it's really intriguing, in the aspect of how many people in the option market. I mean, I could almost make the case that if we fast forward 4 or 5 years from now, I get a feeling that this thing's not going to stop, meaning the option market overtaking the equity market because the price of these equities, have gone up dramatically.
Right.
Yeah.
You're exactly right. And two companies, Apple and Tesla, have gone a little bit old school with stock splits.
Yes.
Stock splits have gone the way of the dodo bird the last 5-10 years. And so now with two of the bigger companies like that to come out, it's really interesting. Maybe it'll start a new trend of people splitting their stocks. So we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, no, I can see that.
That's like a whole new level of education that investors have to go through.
Yeah, big time. Because there's no doubt when you do have a bull market going, folks, meaning a market that's going up, you get a split. I mean, it just seems that, okay, the split puts a couple dollars into your stock that day, period. It just, it doesn't have
but
to.
No fundamental changes to the financial health of your company.
Yeah, there's no doubt. So what are we going to be looking at today, Kevin?
Well, we've got Alex Coffey is working on names right now. If you look on the calendar of earnings, there's not a lot of sexy names coming out. So that's why we focused yesterday on Starbucks, and we're doing good, solid names that are between earnings. So I'm waiting for her to give me the names right now. It should be coming up, but we'll do. Make no mistake, when the market takes a little lull from some of the big names, we go back and cover all the big names, and so we have a good rotation of stocks coming through. I'm waiting for the topics they usually have gotten here by now. They're not here yet.
And you know what's so cool, folks? Something like this is why you also want to listen, is that when you get a downdraft like yesterday, right, and you're understanding a strategy, not just buying a call or buying a put, I'm talking about a real strategy, what happens is that's when these strategies come into play. I mean, realistically, if you're a bull yesterday, that downdraft, that just gave you a good hit waking up this morning, man.
A good chance to scale into your position.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, listen, thank you so much, Kevin. We look forward to the program in 45 minutes.
Have a great day, guys. Thanks.
Thanks, Kevin.
Stay right there.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now up at 229. You get the Nasdaq up 175. S&Ps are up 37. And you get quite a bounce, Tom, right?
Oof. I mean, you can't get much closer to all-time highs in the S&Ps, man. We're right up at that level. One solid push in a 15-minute bar, and we could be there, which is remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, so let's see. We bring that, 33.96. Yeah, exactly, right? And yesterday we hit the 33.79, so you're right next to it, man.
Yeah. I mean, you put it on the SPY. Let's just see, even on the SPY, you put it on a daily. 339.08, and the SPY's at 336.66 right now.
Yeah, that's nothing. Yeah. That's one little push.
Exactly, right?
No doubt. And, I heard you on your program, you talk about the gold market last night, man. I'm telling you, if you're in this market, folks, the bottom line, this is what gold does. That's the bottom line. It's a never-ending deal. You came right back to the breakout area. The breakout area is like 1867. You can actually say it's right down to 1839. We hit 1874 last night and rejected it. So bottom line is that not much has changed, meaning in the context of how much money they're pushing out. The thing that was so intriguing to me is that they were all, the analysts out there were talking about it was because the bonds had moved so much. It's like, you know what I mean? There's always a story. It's like, really?
Sure.
It's like, I'm not quite sure about that. They sold it off. That's the bottom line. And, you hit every stop in the world. What you have here now, though, is you have a market that's cleaned out, folks. Okay, so it's impressive to me that we're sitting even at the 1947, because you don't have any stops underneath it, because there's, you either took the stop, but you didn't take the stop. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah, you traded more than $200 south of where we were, man. So, yeah.
So let's go to the whisper number, right? Let's see what we got here.
Oil.
Okay, so crude inventories. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is good. We're not too late either. Okay. So the whisper number is a draw of 2.8 million. Survey number is 2.2. Maybe one of the Tigers can tell us what happened with the API last night.
Maybe it was a little bit a decline of more than 2.2, which is why that whisper number would be below it, probably. That's usually what happens. But yeah, I mean, crude, pretty good prices on crude, man. I have it up here even on a daily, right? We've been hovering right at around this 41.05 price point, slightly ticking above it now, 42.50. Can't get above this level, though. Crazy when you think about, you go back more than 2 months ago. On June 8th, we were already above $40. All that volatility, right? And then 2 months, we've basically just been oscillating right at around this $40 mark.
Right. So yesterday, yesterday you did 443,000 contracts. You're going into 491, which is not bad. You get that low sticking out of 38. So let's just see intraday here what we've done.
Sure.
Well, it's a close call, man. No, you had a nice bid here at 8:30 when that CPI came out. Okay, so that's WHIS. I want to go a little bit higher. I want to go that this will pull back. Okay, so let's see.
Yeah, I like that trade. It's faced a lot of risk-reward resistance at $42, $43 versus trading down to 41 or 40 pretty quickly. So if you're looking for lower prices, there'd be more oil in the market, ideally, right? So there'd be less of a draw. So
give me a number.
Minus 1,800.
1,800. Wouldn't that be more?
No, that's going to be only a decline of 1,800. So there's more supply in the market, because if there's a drop of 10 million barrels.
Yes, yeah, great, awesome, man. I got it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I got it. Okay, we're in. Yep. I got it. Okay.
So we'll see.
Yeah, no doubt, man. And
how about Moderna jumping around to some stories, right? You see the deal with them, $1.5 billion for their potential vaccine. These biotechs, man, talk about volatility. And it's all kind of on speculation right now. But
yes.
Oh, wow. And look at the pullback already. I hadn't even, 100 million vaccines, the ability to buy 400 million. It'll be free to the citizens, I believe. But quite a pullback. And we were even higher pre-market, man. Let me pull up, because I think we spiked to almost $80.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, 78 was the spike, and then we made to 76 on the open and fell in 15 minutes to 70. I mean, it makes sense. I've read some articles. Normally you go through this type of a process, right? There's lead time at every step, and there's so much money at stake because every day of the economy is worth so much money that you basically want to be speculating that they're all going to work and cut out the lead time tremendously, right? You have facilities that are basically ready if it works. So you're seeing a lot of money getting thrown around, but that's probably the right play right now by the government. When it's only 8 or 9 billion, and I say only, the amount of unemployment benefits we're going to be spending is going to be 40 billion in like a month or two.
Yeah, no, so, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. It's a big number. Yeah. Let's go take a look at some of the. Let's go to Apple first, because Apple started the sell-off yesterday, folks, and bottom line, Apple snapped right back up. So look at this. The first sell was actually, it's right at it. Unbelievable, because one of the tigers in the den was saying, what's going on with Apple? That was at 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. And Apple was at 446, went to 442, gets all the way down to 437. We're at 442 again. 445, actually.
Yeah, right.
Pretty amazing, man.
It is, man. Hey, how about Kodak? Can we talk about Kodak?
Yeah.
It just doesn't end, man, right?
Yeah, well, particularly, I love how you explained the aspect of, when I was going through those stories, I love how you explained the aspect of when you donate it, that's the day that you get the write-off. So that's pretty intense, man.
It is, and the way that they do it is you take the average of the high to the low. Well, the member of the board is dating it to pick a day on the chart. We'll choose, the 29th of July. Why not? Remarkable how this works, and you go from 17 up to 60. Yeah. So the average of those prices is in the high 30s. Yeah. And he donated 3 million shares. It's the largest charitable donation ever. This stock to the tune of $100 million plus is what it's going to be. And
it was
stock.
to his own. It was to his own foundation.
It's to his own foundation. He started 2 years back, and the rules are vague. And I'll have to find the exact wording again, but it's something like you need to disclose it in a timely fashion. From what I was reading, most experts advise that that's within 2 business days of the transaction. Well, what did they do? They waited 4 business days. Well, look at the 4 business days they waited for to say, hey, by the way, just so everybody knows, I gave away 3 million shares to my charitable donation, my organization, the day that Kodak hit 60. Trust me, I did it. It was 4 days ago, but I gave that money away. So why don't you send the $100 million tax write-off my way while you're at it?
Yeah. Well,
it's remarkable, man.
This one's going to get written about, and I'm sure it's going to take quite some time. But the bottom line is that that is a monster write-off, no doubt. That what happens with that, folks, is that you can use that for years. That's how this thing shakes out.
And then it's even so. This is where they said most of the time that there's malpractice or even just straight out fraud is when you're on both sides of the transaction, which this guy is,
right?
Okay, and his wife.
Right.
So you're the one giving the money, and you're the one running the charitable organization. So you get to keep the money, and you get the write-off.
I know.
You get to run the organization with the $100 million,
Totally.
and you get to write off the $100 million personally.
Totally. Dow Industrials up 257, Nasdaq's up 189, S&Ps are up 40. Getting a little juice here. See if we can do it. Come right back, folks.
Okay.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Crude inventories fell 4.51 million barrels.
Quite a decline. We'll see if it can catch a bid. Right now, it's jumping around. Not too much of a reaction, though. I got it on a 1-minute bar, and we're trading at about 42.50, kind of right where we came into that number.
Yeah, pretty wild, right?
It is.
Here's all the numbers here. So let's see what we got. Gasoline down 722,000. Estimate was down 400,000. Distilled, which is diesel, down 2.3 million. Estimate was +1. You had Cushing was up 1.3.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, it's cool how they break down all of it, right? Even things like refinery utilization, an increase of 1.4. They were looking for actually declines. Or refinery, that's always interesting how then you get the raw inputs, then you get the refined products. Well, if the refineries are utilizing more, then that's going to lead to more refined products. It's going to lead to less unrefined products, and how that all plays into there. Yeah,
no doubt. And, you know, I was listening to you this morning, and you had Sumner Redstone passed away.
Yeah.
And, you know, folks, I get a couple great stories about him and Sheldon Adelson. You know, so picture these. Both of these guys are billionaires beyond belief.
Yes.
They're both from Newton, where Basil's from. Okay. And I'm going back now to, I've actually talked to Sumner Redstone on the phone. When I was in the travel business, I talked to him a couple different times because I was doing business with the folks that own Costco. There's two brothers, the Feldmans, okay? But check this out. This is what's really wild. When you were born, Tommy, right? Remember we had the pizza place, right? So we had the Royal House of Pizza, folks. Sumner Redstone, you always hear that he started in the drive-in business. They had the drive-in business, but what they had is that they had pinball machines. He was one of the biggest distributors in New England of pinball machines. And now the way this worked is that you go into a small business, right? Hey, like he came in. I did business, not with him personally, okay, but with his sales rep, right?
Sure.
You come in. So I remember I got $3,000, right? This is 19. That's even before that, because that's right. You got Bond there. So this is like 76, I guess. Yeah, right?
Be pre-1980.
It is. Yeah, this is 76, okay? And what happens, folks, is that they give you the $3,000, and that's to put the pinball machines in, right? Now, what's so intriguing is that somehow the bad guys in the North End and the bad guys in South Boston, Redstone got around all of them. I don't, you know, because they were in that business too. But the bottom line is that the way that works is that then they take the quarters out, and every week, you know, take the quarters out, and they say, okay, you only owe me this much money. So I watched him go from the pinball deal, and then at that particular point, Sheldon Adelson, okay, who owns the Sands, he had GWV Travel. And what that was, folks, is that there's so many gamblers in Boston and New England. He made a fortune with these charters. It was $49 going from Boston to Las Vegas.
Okay.
And you know, they're great. It's a great story, man, in the context of how many people really made it in Newton. And in both cases, you know, what was really interesting is that they really didn't make it until they were like 60 years old. They were making a good dollar, but the bottom line is that it kept piling up. And Redstone, this guy was so tough it was insane, because I remember this so well. The Copley Square, we had two big fires in Boston in like 4 or 5 years. One was Copley Square, folks, and another was the Van Dome Hotel, because one of my friends a fireman died in the Van Dome Hotel. Well, when Copley Square went on fire, Tom, check this out. This guy, he was in the hotel room. And
Go ahead. It was 1979. I was reading part about it.
Was it? Okay. So all I remember is that this guy was hanging off a ledge, and he was already burnt.
Only because I have the text up. It's pretty cool you remember it, man. I was going to jump into it. That it was 1979. Here, I'll even scroll it over to, they have it as part of the CNBC article, which I happened to see this morning.
Look at this.
So it was Copley Plaza. He made the mistake of opening the door. Yep. You know, you really want to be careful with fires, right? You feel the door. You want to be careful. Now, if you're in a hotel room, what else are you going to do? But pretty staggering. The man in the room next to him ended up dying. He was enveloped in flames. The fire shot up. He described staggering to the window of the third-floor room, climbing onto a ledge, and waiting until firefighters were able to arrive.
Right.
And he got third-degree burns over 45% of his body, man.
Yeah. He was a tough cat, man.
And that was at 55 years old. It's remarkable because you say 1979, he was 55, but it's 2020. So he's 97.
I know.
He passed.
I know. Yeah. It's like, and he accelerated. You know, it's so interesting that both of them accelerated like beyond belief. But they're both really in the gambling business. You know, Redstone, I mean, not as much as, Addison.
Yeah,
but
Adelson's in the casino business versus CBS, Viacom.
Yeah, right.
Paramount.
Right. But guess what? That pinball business was a cash business. There's no such thing as cash businesses anymore. That was a pure cash business, and they still got it. It's called amusements. It's something, but I don't think it's pinballs anymore. That's the bottom line. Right. But we'll see where that whole thing shakes out. So let's get over and let's look inside the NDX 100, the strength versus the weakness here. So you have strength, Tesla up 8%, AMD up 4.3, Qualcomm 4.2, and you got Dexcom up 3.8. Taken away from it, Expedia's down 1.6. That's not a lot for a market like this today. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Alta is down 0.77. We take a look at the Dow Industrials, and the Dow had quite a change yesterday, man. This is pretty intense, folks, okay? And
Boeing's down big today, even with the Dow up. Boeing's down 1.4% on top of, there they are, yeah.
Yeah. And so this is going to be dangerous to the Dow out here today, and one of the main reasons is this. We're up 270, and you can see there's only 4 stocks that are negative inside the Dow, but yet you're only up 274. That's not a big number, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When Apple was coming down yesterday, you could really see how powerful and weighted structure Apple is in the Index 100, the S&P, and the Dow, because the Apple actually took all 3 of them down with it. It was like, and Apple was down a lot, folks, but not a lot in the context of, a $400 stock. So we went from what? 446 down to 437. Right?
Right.
That's $10, and you can take an industry south like that. That's like pretty wild, man.
Yeah. So Lyft, they have their earnings after the bell. I know we're going to break coming up, but Uber accelerated higher into their earnings. Lyft, a little bit of a different story, man. When you put this on, we made that early June high with the markets, and it's crazy when you think about this stock, right? Lyft, $31. We traded to a high of almost within 8 pennies of $31 on March 25th. March 25th, man, that is quite a backup. Now, when you compare it to Uber, okay, we're at 31.72, and you made it to 28 that quickly. But Uber, pretty similar, and it's crazy when you compare. Uber obviously has some highlights that they're across the world, and they're in the food delivery business. Lyft, none of them, so I'll be interested to see what they push out with. We'll go over the expected move when we get back about what they're priced in.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow up 265, NASDAQ up 191, S&P's up 41. We'll come right back.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com. Educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Back, folks. Dow is up 271. Nasdaq is up 183. S&Ps are up 40. And expected move, Tom, right?
Yeah, so Lyft, they got their numbers after the bell tonight. We'll jump over to the Analyze tab. And $3.01, the market looking in there. Big move for a $31 stock, right? Almost a 10% move. You back things up to where we were on Thursday. That's when Uber had their earnings. So you see Uber disappointed. We were up at about $32.50. You traded down to $29.50. The market, I mean, we're up 1.3% ahead of that. But as I just mentioned, no real action in almost 5 months, man, which is crazy. These companies pop so much. One of the quickest ones to rebound, man. I remember Uber coming out at that low and calling, I believe, a special press conference, something where their CEO came out and said, hey, we got to let everybody know that we're going to have billions of dollars left, even if our business goes down like 80%. Now, that was at a time when he said even this year, things are stretching out longer than we anticipated, right? But that didn't have as much food delivery. But that is that spike, and that's why you saw the spike there. You saw the spike in Lyft. But since then, the market's continued, and these companies, you have Uber. Yeah, they're 10% higher than where they were on March 25th. Lyft's the same, but, I mean, where's the S&P compared to where it was at that point, right? So they're facing some pain, man, and we'll see what Lyft does tonight. But a big move expected for them after the market. Yeah,
and I would say that, Lyft's going to need more cash. I mean, Uber has all the cash. That move there that Uber had actually done, folks, is extraordinary. Because in tough times, it's just you got to make it through it. You make it through the year. Guess what? Things will get back. But the bottom line is just making it through it.
I looked up Uber right now, a $55 billion company market cap, and Lyft a $9 billion company. Yeah. So that's dicey, man. And Lyft a lot more focused on North America and the U.S. They don't have quite the worldwide exposure where things have rebounded for Uber in some of those calls. So they're going to have a lot to answer for tonight after the bell.
No doubt. And if we switch gears for a second, folks, so picture, we're in Florida, and, you just had the president come out and do the unemployment deal. And one of his top dogs, meaning Governor DeSantis, came out immediately and says, hey, we're not doing it. Okay?
Did he? I had not seen that.
Yeah, so what you have here, folks, is this, is that the way that the thing was structured was they were expecting the states to pick up 25% of the unemployment. DeSantis come out immediately and say, nope, not doing it, not even close. And we have one of the stingiest unemployments out there anyway. So there's going to be big pushback. And then the second part of this, meaning that, Trump is saying that, okay, he's going to basically, he's floating, doing the idea of a payroll tax deferral, okay? My take on that is that that's not going to fly either. And one of the main reasons it's not going to fly is that the companies themselves would be taking such a risk believing Trump, number one, which would be out of your mind, okay, to believe a word he says, okay? And then you'd be on the hook for it. And if you're on the hook for payroll tax, folks, okay, that's the worst thing to be on the hook for, so... I don't think
it's just a deferment. So how is that supposed to stimulate anything? You can't pass on those savings to your employees when it's just a deferment that you're going to have to pay it back probably eventually.
And the company will have to pay it, right?
That's what I'm saying. So it's not like, oh, we're saving money, we can spend it. Isn't that the point of the stimulus? And the unemployment, I mean, there's already California picking up that kind of money is an insane notion for the amount of people that are on unemployment, man. 1/4 of the allotment is billions and billions of dollars that the state just don't have. And then, let alone you go back to the payroll, that's how Social Security is paid for. So, like, does the president just have unilateral decision to, like, do away how Social Security is funded? And is everyone cool with that? I don't, So there's a lot of topics to jump around on that one, man.
And the reason I just brought it up is that Mnuchin just actually come out. He's evidently on TV right now, or he just was. So he's saying that if the Democrats come to the table and they'll do the $1 trillion, then we can always have a bigger one next January and do a 6th bill. He evidently was just on Fox. So
of course, it's a constant battle, man, as the two sides. I mean, it's quite a situation of cascading towards the election, really. Yeah. I mean, all of this taking place 80-plus days out from a presidential election in the middle of pandemic. Schools are supposed to be opening. Cases are still at 50,000 a day, man. Florida set a death record yesterday, as the state marches toward opening schools. Now, I know cases have declined a lot, thankfully. It's encouraging data. But we just set a death record yesterday at approaching 300 people a day at a time when these schools opening, all right, and I know it's a hardship on a lot of people, and localities should be able to address things where things are happening local. In Florida, in a lot of localities, they're pretty bad. Georgia just opened, and they didn't even make it a week without 10 kids getting it, 20 teachers getting it, 1,000 kids having a quarantine. Opening it with a positivity rate of 10+, it's just asking for it, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be intense, man. There's no doubt. We get a road to go, folks, in this pandemic in general. There's no doubt about that. And, I'm hoping that we're, like, at least on the other side of it slightly. Do you know what I'm saying? That it's blowing up places, but it's like, okay, man, like, none of us know how many people have already had it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, where's this going to go? But I think we're a year out to get business back. And the real question is going to be these small businesses, how do you get back, man? That's big numbers, man. There's just big numbers everywhere.
Yeah.
Let's go over to the bond market again. So if we take a look at these bonds, the 10-year, you had the big expansion yesterday. It was fast and furious on the way down. That being said, we'll see whether we get a rejection of lower price out here today. You're not going to have the volume. We're at 912,000 contracts right now, and most contract volume, folks, gets in, basically pretty early in the day. We're 1.5 million yesterday. So if the 10-year would still have to close higher. We're at 139.03. We'd have to close over 139.07 to get that rejection of a lower price.
Okay. I know, because I'd always had that line up there, kind of that higher area, right? It was remarkable that no matter what the market did, that 10-year just loved to go right back to like 139.22. It was within almost a penny of that on 3 different highs. Then, of course, we made it over that level, but just like that, we've kind of backtracked right near that area at least.
Yeah, we launched, let's see, so we launched that on the 28th. Then you go all the way up to the 140 mark on the 5th of August, and then boom. But the bottom line is that I think when we look at this in a few more days, it's going to be a non-event, meaning that the Fed seems to be able to keep the 10 as well as the 30 sideways, right from March 7th. That's how it seems to be shaken out, so. 877-927-6648. Let's go and take a look at the composite. So the composite yesterday also, that went south as the NDX went south. Yeah, look at this. It's trying to make it. The highs of yesterday was 10,989, and we made it to 10,983. And right now you're at 970. So bottom line is that composite really got back up there once again, man. Pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow right now up 259. Nasdaq's up 188. S&Ps are up 40. We'll come right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step by step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
Bam!
The gold market has taken off topside in a large way in 2020. If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my gold report. The gold report took profits in 4 of its equities in the gold portfolio in the first week of January for a combined profit of 99.2%, with 2 positions left in the portfolio that have a profit of 67.5% as of January 7th. The gold report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the gold report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the gold report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's up 268, Nasdaq's up 201, S&Ps are up 41. And one of our Tigers are telling us, so last night, the Tampa Bay and Columbus.
I missed it, man. We're going to have to get our
was
man
it 5
Boston
overtimes?
Dan. We're going to have to get him for a daily sports update, man. How did I was just saying to Christina, that I missed. It's the playoffs. We know how hockey playoffs go, right? Hockey playoffs go until you get a overtime goal. Wow. And I guess maybe that's what happened, man.
5
I was trying to
overtimes, and then the Bruins are going to be playing in 7-shot minutes. He said 9. That's 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, and it's because you're playing in a bubble, so you're playing in the same arenas. This normally doesn't happen, man. They were scheduled to play next probably, and you can't play next when the game before you goes for 5.
Oh, I see.
That's what's going on, right?
That is so amazing. Okay.
Pretty cool, man.
Yeah, and then all the poor people in college, man, the football. Imagine doing all that work. That's intense, man.
It goes both ways in terms of sports. Professionally, man, there's that's their business. You try and open just like any business tries to get open when you can. When you're in college, man, and you have these colleges making so much money off these athletes, and you're getting pushed out there, and you're young, and there's going to be probably an exodus if a lot of leagues canceling, going maybe into the spring. They're being hopeful, right? Saying, listen, we're going to try and play football in the spring. If you are anywhere in the top 1 to 2 to maybe 3 rounds, there is no benefit practically, right? You want to run the gambit that you don't get COVID and you increase your draft stock, go for it. most of those athletes will probably just forego it, train themselves, show up at the combine, hopefully, and crush it, right? And so what you're going to see is the best players in college football not be present, probably. So there's a lot going on.
Pretty wild.
Yeah.
Gold's catching a bid, folks. Bottom line, they flushed it out, shook it out, and guess what? It's going higher. Stay right there, folks. We get Think or Swim coming up next, and I'm Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Look at him, folks.